Disclaimer, this video is for reviewing and entertainment purposes only. I am not at all a professional in the physical activity space. All points made are purely my experiences and opinions. For more accurate advice, please consult to an actual professional or your doctor. Enjoy the video. If you're me and you hate going to public gyms to work out too much when you could balance it all with something much lighter, all while having to pay a godly amount for a membership, then you have something called the I hate public syndrome. Trust me, public gyms always look crowded, judging, and possibly disturbing at times. So what's a better alternative? You could always spend another 1,000 buckaroos for a treadmill or whatever, but again, too much money. So allow me to introduce something here. In 2019, the Nintendo Switch was pretty much selling a monopoly and leaving Xbox in the dust, even if underpowered from the PS4 or whatever. But Nintendo realized that not many people work out when playing games, so their solution was definitely a solution, I guess. Ring Fit Adventure, a turn-based RPG game with required accessories for the Nintendo Switch. Ring Fit received multiple positive reviews during its lifetime, saying it's one of the most accessible methods of exercising and even one of the most popular. But now it's 2026. Ring Fit was soon forgotten along with other games. It was probably because of the Nintendo Switch 2, now that I think about it. You needed the Switch 1 Joy-Cons to play the game, and you know how overwhelmingly expensive they are for their value. But I'm getting off topic here. I'll go over 3 things: how it works as a workout method, an actual game, and what made it fall off. As many of you saw, almost everything you do in this game is pushing your body. Not by a lot, but just enough so it's noticeable. Attacking, healing, moving, hell, even making smoothies gives you exercise in some way or fashion. From my experience, this game gave me a decent time. It never felt like I was overworking myself or it felt too easy. It gives a sweet spot to people who just want to maintain a healthy body. And because it's a game, it felt way more rewarding than just self-improvement. Sure, there are some times when the controls just feel off, but overall, it was a really good concept and it executed almost flawlessly. But obviously, nothing's really perfect. Some attacks and battles feel really weird and janky. In my case, doing planks. When I can't see anything, you have to be almost stupidly precise. It feels almost unfair. And mountain climbing is even worse. You move faster that time and you can't really tell what's going on. Either it's a skill issue on my part or attacks just weren't tested enough. But aside from all of that, you still get a decent casual workout. That's what makes this all worth it. Now, I haven't finished the game yet, so I can't really give a summary of the story, so just find another place for that. But there are some things I can talk about. If you don't know me, I'm a huge sucker for UI. It gives personality to games. Ring Fits isn't crazy, but it doesn't feel like corporate trash either. There's some details that make it feel like a unique experience. Next are the graphics, and oh my god, this game is fucking beautiful. Nintendo didn't need any ray tracing or whatever. The art style is more of our cartoony texturing, but really nice shading. It made me believe that this looks kinda like Breath of the Wild's art style, and that's a really good thing. The soundtrack is basically straight out of Miitopia. That's not even a joke, just listen. And because of that, songs are actually good, yet again. Gameplay itself is pretty fun. Sure, you're just running down a path, but sometimes there are multiple paths. The main route and sort of a punishment path for failing. Now what other game did this? Sonic, ever since 1991. They tie in one of my favorite franchise's philosophies into a game for working out. This is already peak. There are also times where turn-based fights take place, which pretty much are bare bones on average. But your sort of mana system in other RPGs is you actually exercising. Of course, I would have loved to see more in these fights because they feel grindy at times. But there's also other small stuff too, like shops, smoothies, extra challenges, and whatever. So, what made Ring Fit Adventure fall off? Well, we don't really have a big answer, but my guess is probably because of the Switch 2. Because Ring Fit's accessories use the original Switch 1 Joy-Cons and their features like the IR sensor, you can't really play the game if you have a Switch 2 with no Switch 1 Joy-Cons. So I would say if you wanted to play this game, get used Joy-Cons and a new or refurbished version of Ring Fit. Overall, I just have to ask, is there really a point to this game? Does the guy next door start playing and suddenly becomes a damn beast in the span of a day? Obviously, no. This method of exercising, in my experience, is more lightweight. If you need a harder workout, then I suggest going to someone else for that. But really, this game is addictive in probably the best way possible. For people like me, it challenges them just enough so it's noticeable. And as a game, Nintendo still tried and succeeded to make a good enough point. It's not exactly groundbreaking gameplay, but it's still fun and with many mechanics in the form of working out. Anyways, that's all I have here. Thanks so much for watching. I know I haven't posted in a while, so this video was just my way of saying I'm back. Anyways, I'm gone. Again. See ya.